I'm Jeff Lacey, the owner of MMWWco, a startup furniture company specializing in custom wood and metalwork. Hi everyone, welcome to Contemplated Craftsmen. If you watched episode 1, you already know the last year has been a really truly hard one for us. Our construction company that we've built over the last 9 years has hit troubled waters, and we're still not sure if the company is going to survive. But through it all, I keep coming back to the dream of furniture making. Every time I get into the shop and work with my hands, the noise of the world seems to get quieter, and I can hear the Lord more clearly. Woodworking has just always been the reset for me. So here we are now, stepping out in faith to build something new.
Saying that it's not constitutional.
Well, he might find some liberal judge to agree with him.
Oh, he'll get plenty of people that'll agree with him.
I got my side done.
Because you have a better chisel.
No, you got a sharp one. I got one.
This one ain't sharp no more because some nitwit keeps taking it out of my toolbox over there and using it to beat on crap.
No.
That would be an improvement over what he uses it for.
Back in with Cameron here about the lathes, and so Cameron, where are you at with stuff right here?
Well, I got them to the shape roughly they need to be. Stopped a little shy of sanding all this down because there were some cracks that our epoxy didn't run down to. There's some epoxy here from when we epoxied them when they were still big boards, but these were open voids, so I put some CA glue in them, hoping after we sand it down it'll be nice and solid. So then I have this tape on here to tape these two together so they match each other, so I can sand them at the same time.
And is that the main reason why you like to do that, is to make sure the profiles are the same and kind of match to the other one?
The tape?
Yeah.
Yep. So the profiles match.
Yeah, just for the people who don't necessarily know that.
Okay. Yep, so we'll see. It's just kind of a thing you got to deal with sometimes. And these are going to be a labor of love with the spindle sander. Oh boy.
Well, you're going to be well acquainted with the spindle sander.
How's our joint look?
Not too bad. It's squeeze and glue. Do the middle a little bit more.
Wow, yeah, there's not a whole lot of variance in there. Maybe a 16th year, but that's the most.
I can live with a 16th and 9.5 feet. Actually over 10 with it.
Assuming this thing is pretty straight.
It's a track saw fence.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That ain't gonna reach.
moss over here, just like maybe 37.
Might get it enough. Which one was it? This one. Yeah, I was trying. Open up.
Okay. Look about centered on that board, up
Yep.
and vertically anyway. Okay, thank you. Just a little bit for now until I get the other one on. Let me clamp it down.
I can't let go of here.
What's that?
I can't let go. It's going to fall over.
You didn't get the floating camera, Jeff?
This is the floating camera. What are you talking about? There's no one behind this camera.
Oh,
This is the new AI camera.
the AI camera.
It floats, follows.
Oh, yes, there it's squeezing out. That's always nice to see. Positive joint-ish. That side isn't. So let's see what we can do there. That didn't happen on the last one.
Is this going to be tighter?
Maybe, if you can turn it.
Not much.
It was probably maxed out.
Watch your swing. Go your way a little bit. 36 inches. It's off by between an 16th and an eighth.
Except you're lying. It's not 36. It's only 32 inch.
Okay,
square.
32.
So see, you're fired right there.
See ya.
I hope you packed a light lunchbox. You are kicking it down the unemployment line.
That'd be great. I'll see ya.
Probably sooner than you think. Well, more than likely in our ends, but our ends got to be trimmed up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll square them off of this.
There it is. Well, I'll let you measure, so it's the same measure. No, I remember 8 inch 3/16. I might have to check this off. I can go again. No. So the center half over a little bit, and it's back down. I gotta remember which side that solid hits. No, the width of it's 16 on the solid. I gotta remember which side I'm measuring from on this. If it's an 8 inch off of the track, hit my 48 here, or if it's 3/16. Oh, you're still gonna have that measurement. Someone moves the track. Well, it's exposed right now. So you're saying the track. Well, that's what I'm doing on here. That's straight. I can still see the line. Yeah, but I'm quarter inch off my mark, so I gotta go through your way. I'll hold this. I think it's I didn't touch it. Because I'm cutting on the inside. Yeah, I had an 8 inch. I need to get an 8 inches now. Back this 3/16. Do it where you want. No, I'm gonna get an 8. I'm gonna plant it. You like where you're at? It's right there. Double set it. Ready? Wherever you are. There you go, ready? I just can't do it, Captain. It's good. And the flower. Oh, you're right in the middle. This is why we can't have nice things.
This yesterday, so do you want to be a model, a sanding model, and sand a little bit? I'll video some of that. All right, so we're back on the table here, the 18-foot extension table, and we are going over the next steps with stuff. And Cameron is using his big brain to actually go through it. And Cameron, where are we at on this right here? I mean, we just talked about some stuff. We're working through some things.
Yesterday we talked about how these were made. Now these little scrolly doodads have to be attached to the top, but we have to make sure they're centered right. Make sure they're, I don't know, my brain says if they were straight lines, parallel and not like this or this. So as much as parallel as you can have with squiggles. And then, so they're not like this, they're not like this, they're just straight and like, you know, goal posts in a football field. They're not off one way or the other. That's where we're at right now.
And that's part of the challenge too, because since they are we're calling these squiggles, since they have the squiggles, getting that a true 90 is a little bit of a task. And so that's what we're working out right now also.
Some of the bottoms of these aren't 100% straight. We're thinking we wouldn't have to worry about it because it would be underneath everything, but we might not be able to pull a 90 if we don't have a straight. How do you get straight out of not straight? You got to make it straight.
You got to make it straight. So that's why we're going to probably fix the bottom on that, the belly on the bottom of the runner. And then from there, we can pull our 90 off of it.
That'll be the plan. This one's pretty nice. This one's pretty good. There might
come around and look at it.
I don't know how many there are that need to be persuaded, but
yeah, and they're off like probably like a 16th. They're not off like tons.
It ain't much.
Yeah.
And there's a chance that I maybe even don't have to. I have it set to where these were even or very close. The belly goes underneath. Maybe I could have the belly and then set the one on top that's more true, and maybe that won't work, but I don't know.
Well, and it's kind of like with a lot of this fine woodworking that we're starting to do now is the tolerances are a lot less. And so if like we've done construction for quite a while and the construction tolerances to compare to finished fine woodworking is a lot different. So we're talking, 30 seconds compared to constructions like plus or minus a 16th or an 8th. So this is pretty tight. We try to get tight as possible.
This ain't no rough framing.
Yeah, not rough framing here at all.
But when I go out and help them on the site, they'll be like, this is not fine carpentry, Cameron.
Yeah, and Cameron struggles on the side because he's like, hey, this is a 16th or 32nd.
Tap it within like
we're framing right now.
So that's crooked. You have to just cover it up. I guess that's okay, right? That's not all right. Whatever.
Like, just let it go.
No,
just let it go.
No,
Cameron.
You don't know what's behind those walls.
Man, if every framer was like that, they're like, oh man, that'd be insane all the time.
Labor would be more.
Yep.
Houses would take longer.
But they'd be straight.
It would be very straight.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to add to this?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So I wanted to go through this project a little more. This is the 18-foot extension table. This is more the production drawings that we do for this. So we did the design drawings earlier on. These are the drawings that we use to kind of flesh out all the different intricate things that we have to just to know about this project. And so looking at the screen right here, you can see that this is actually fairly complex. You can see the different, this is the channel. To kind of show you how I was breaking this down. And I tend to break it down in chunks. So this one right here, it's kind of shows you what one slide out extension is going to look like. And there is the side aluminum pieces. This leg right here comes out away from this leg right here. And then I further break it down into the build components. So this is actually our bottom tray. This is the end cap of the table, which technically is this right here. You can see how this looks right here. This is the slides. And I just wanted to show you the viewers just the ins and outs of breaking down a table to all the little detail pieces, and designing and building an 18-foot table Can seem very daunting, especially it being an extension table. But when you break it down to smaller chunks, like these and dimensions and work it out, and plus work with your team, the project that seems daunting becomes less daunting. And so spending some time on it, you can kind of see that this is aluminum right here, like I said earlier. So these aluminum tracks, which we'll see a little bit later in the video, these will slide into, let me just kind of swing around a little bit. You can see that'll slide into this track system. And one side will slide into about halfway, and then the other side will slide into the other way. And within this, which we haven't shown you yet, it'll probably be the next videos, or there's a lot of footage and a lot to talk about, that within this tray right here, there actually is going to be the butterfly leaf system, which takes the leaves that they fold out from each other and they slide out onto this kind of bar system, which is really technical and pretty cool. We are not actually making that from scratch, a little above our pay grade, but we have some smart people working with us in getting that complete. But we'll check back in later to see that that portion of the video too. But just a little more here about the production and kind of making the parts and how we kind of move to our manufacturing side as the process, how we like to do it. So if you have any questions, feel free to jump into the comment in the comments section, and feel free to, if you have any questions about any of this, I'd be more than happy to answer that for you. So without further ado, let's get back to building. All right, another check-in with a big 18-foot extension table. Cameron's here. Cameron, what are we doing?
Working on the 18-foot extension table.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing now is putting some painter's tape around the areas here where glue will squeeze out to minimize cleanup. If I can get this thing off.
What you love when you need to get it off, it's like the camera's on you and you're like, yeah. Okay. And what size of dominoes we're using for this?
These are 140 millimeters long. They undersize them just a tiny bit for to prevent glue from hydrolocking it, and then they're 14 millimeters thick. This is just some predetermined width. They don't really tell us unless we look further. So I'll put that back on there. Tape this.
Such concentration. All right, I want to give you a little update on where we're at in the 18-foot extension table. Kurt, we are doing the drawer structure on this. How are we doing on it?
Well, just making sure everything's going to work and come together and all the maths, and just taking it one step at a time and double check.
Yep. Double check and triple check. And here is the drawing that we're going off now for all the internal components for the slide out. A little bit complicated, a little more complicated than we're used to, and has sliding components that have Teflon tape and aluminum guides. And you did like a little test earlier on aluminum, and how'd that go?
Well, if you put the tape on both sides and stuff where they slide together, then it slides pretty good. It'll just be trying to get everything lined up, put together, and then get the tape on it.
Okay, got this little doodad and coat the sides of the mortises. More ties. Come on, get up in there. Yep. So that'll take just a little while. Get that dried piece out of here. What could be cool about these videos is people might be like, hey, actually, I tried it this way and it worked a lot better.
Yeah, I expect that to be a thing.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and then we encourage that because man, this is all about learning, getting better, and sharing information. And
first I might be prideful and be like, fine, whatever. But then I try it and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, you're right. That's better.
Do some cool stuff. Might see if I can put some more on those. Make sure I don't hold this over wood that I don't want to clean it off of.
Pretty little trees.
Aren't these pretty neat? These are the biggest ones.
That's neat.
Biggest ones we have anyway. Right there. Airtight. Very nice.
Ooh. Did you hear that?
Oh, did I do that? Then put down the sides. Okay. Get it in these grooves for maximum adhesion. Oh.
Dun dun dun. What happened, Cameron?
Absolutely nothing.
What happened? Sometimes you have to take a bath when you're gluing.
Laugh.
Part of the fun.
It came off pretty well.
What's worse is when you go home and you don't find it till you get home later.
You do that?
I've done that. Like, oh man, my hair is all glued.
Ooh. I'm surprised I don't get this stuff in my beard.
There's still a chance.
There's definitely a chance. The actual joint, right?
Yes.
They call it joinery, but yet the surface planer thing we call here in the States a jointer, not a joiner? Question mark.
America.
I guess. Bald eagles and stuff. Land of the free. Might just have to do it quickly, and we probably can. I didn't measure that spanner board. These could technically be just a little bit different, but hopefully they're pretty similar because I did match that image. Okay, cool. I was like, wait, I missed a whole step. Oh yeah, I have a template now. I didn't have to do all that stuff. My brain's just like, what? Wait. But I need to. Here. Unsanded. There. These little doodads here. Something like that. Something like that. So you can see then how this one works in here. They're probably not the same. Let's see. Then, oh, thank you, sir. Go closer. There we go. Ah. Where'd I put something? Just in case I want to hit it. Cool, thank you. So now we'll try here. Come this way. Remember, try everything. Either there, that's got a good angle there. You should see pretty well to watch these mating surfaces.
After 3 days, he is extremely flustered.
I want to get everybody to see what we're doing here for the 18-foot table and how we're doing the pull-out extension portion of it. We're using aluminum here for the guides, and aluminum on itself, if you try to slide it onto each other, so there's two pieces right here, and you take this and try to slide it on each other, it's sticky. And so what we are going to be doing for our project is actually using Teflon tape, which is this, you can get it online, and when you actually put two layers of this on top of each other, it slides really well. And so here's an example of that. So we actually put some on this here, and then also on this piece and this piece. And Kurt did a test on it this morning, and to see how it's going to slide. And I'll kind of give you guys an idea of what it's going to do. So there's some on there and here, and you can see how slick it is. And so that is what we're going to use for our you can kind of see how this slides out really nice. That's what we're going to use for our slides for the extension portion of it. There you go. Pretty close there. So thank you for this time. Thank you for watching our videos. The 18-foot extension table, which is just an amazing project we're able to work on. We have another video, maybe 2 videos, trying to finish that up. But if you like this, and leave a comment. I'll check all of them. Feel free to just write if you need prayer in there too, that I can actually help you with, or if you have any questions on the 18-foot extension table build. And I just would appreciate if you like and subscribe. We want to reach as many people as we can, not for a religious thing, but just to show great content of building, but also walking through sometimes the harder things in life, but knowing there's a God that loves you through that. So that's all I have today. We'll see you next week. Next week, we have another, I think, part 3 on the 18-foot extension table, and more of the finishing, kind of some more of the stuff with the fabrication. And we'll see. We might have to do another episode with that too. But I don't know. That's all I have right now. But I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week.